Hey folks, Pat Mitchell here. And in this video, I'm gonna show you a super simple setup that will make you a minimum of $150 a day. So if this is something you're interested in, stick around and hit the like button. And if not, well, beat it, nerd, because we've got work to do. Let's roll. As stated in the beginning of this video, I'm gonna get right into a perfect setup. But remember, this setup needs to be traded exactly this way, with no deviation, period. With all strategies and setups, they need to be traded exactly as stated. Well, because that's what works. So before we get into the setup, I quickly want to preface something. Please don't put unrealistic goals on yourself at the beginning. This will do more harm than good and will add extra pressure. And pressure of any kind is a recipe for certain disaster. So let's dive into the charts. So now that we are into the charts, we are going to go over NVIDIA. Now this will work with any market leading stock. Now before you look at the price of NVIDIA and go, wow, I can't afford to use or trade a $560 stock, relax. There are options for you. Trade options. Now options, get a cash options account, and you'll be able to, if you're an underfunded trader, which is fine, you'll be able to get a cash account, and there's no PDT rule. The pattern day trader rule doesn't apply. And I'm going to get right into the setup. It's a very easy setup. This is a morning setup. So this is specifically designed for traders that want to be in and out of the markets, to go enjoy their day, because that's what it all boils down to. It all boils down to ultimate freedom. That's why I got personally into trading. I wanted to be free. So this is going to take a little bit of patience, and you cannot jump the gun on this, okay? Meaning you can't get in early, just let it set up. So it takes about, it all happens within the first 10 to 15 minutes of the market day. And this, I'm going to give a little backstory to this setup. This was actually one of my first light bulb moments as a trader years ago, almost pushing a decade ago. This was one of my first light bulb moments. And you'll see these stocks do this every single day. So that should give you confidence in this setup. Now, there's a couple setups in this, but the one that I'm going to go over is a definitive morning higher low. So if we take a look here and the market opens up, it dumps out into pre-market support. Now, that's where I personally took this trade this morning, and it bounced and it worked really well. Made a mint on this, smoked the entry, and worked out very well. That's not the trade I want you guys to take. That's not what this video lesson's about. This is about the higher low. So you can see the morning trend. It starts forming a trend right here if you follow my cursor, okay? So as it dumps into pre-market support, pre-market lows, I'm going to mark this out just so then it's all nice and easy. Okay, so there's our pre-market support line. That would be roughly what we're risking off of. We're going to risk off of this. So as long as this holds, we don't care what this stock does. So it bounces up, it pulls back. Now, once you see this starting to confirm with this candle right here, the one I'm pointing to right here, there are buyers here. And what's going on, the whole technicals and the reason why it's starting to get bought up is people are willing to buy this stock at a higher price. And it almost has no choice but to at least test either morning highs, which are right here at 564, or pre-market highs up here at 564.48. And you see how it rejected those pre-market highs. It could not make it any further, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. This setup is designed to only make you, at a minimum, $150 a day, and then you get the hell out. Now, this setup will happen on almost every day on any market leading stock. You just need to wait for it. So once it confirms, you take the trade. As soon as it starts to hold, you can see this candle, it starts getting bought up. There are buyers there. You have to trust this, guys. Support and resistance and day trading takes a certain level of trust, okay? And that's what this second part of this lesson is about. It's about trust. It's about trust in the charts and trust in the setup. If you don't trust these and you're wary with it, you're going to fail. Don't worry about taking losses. Losses will happen. I promise you, they will. There will be some days where this doesn't happen and it doesn't hold and it breaks pre-market support or whatever support level that you're at. And then you take a loss. But you know what? It doesn't matter because we play the odds. The odds are this setup right here, the higher low, will work more often than it won't. And that's all that matters. So as it bounces off, you get your orders ready. On NVIDIA here, you would be taking either the 560 calls or the 565 calls because it's only in increments of zeros and fives on NVIDIA right now. They changed the strike prices. So you would take either the 560s or the 565s. Either way, you will make money on this. To make $150 a day on a setup like this on NVIDIA, all you would need would be 2 contracts. That's it. Maybe even just 1. Okay? So 2 contracts. That'll cost you about anywhere between it'd be about $1,000. Okay? So $1,000 in, you're gonna make more. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I wouldn't know how to only make $150 on these setups and these trades, guys, because the way we execute, because we're getting such a low price, you're probably going to double that. Like, I'd almost be willing to bet even off of 2 contracts. And if you rode it back up into just morning highs, don't get greedy. Don't take it to pre-market highs. Only take it to morning highs. As soon as it starts approaching morning highs right here, get out. Don't worry about where it goes. Even if it rips and continues north, who cares? Don't worry about that. We are trying to replace our daily income. And for a lot of you, that's anywhere between $100 and $300, okay? That's all you need to make per day because you got to remember, there will be some days where you make more than that, okay? And like I said, you execute the trade long with the 560 or 565 weekly calls, and you ride it up into morning highs, and that is it. Guaranteed you will make that $150 per day on this setup when it triggers, 100%. And the beautiful thing is, look at what happened with the stock, guys. It failed. And you know what? Who cares? It doesn't matter. There's a setup here short into pre-market highs that members caught today as well, and they made a mint. But it's not about getting greedy. If you only want to take and make $100, $150 a day, this is the setup to take. You have to trust me on this because it will work 100%. Absolutely. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want more information about myself or Tricktrade services, please make sure to join our free masterclass. Link is in the description below, and we'll catch you on the next one, folks. I'm Pat Mitchell with Tricktrades, signing off. Adios.